Hello, everybody, again, and welcome to my channel. Again, I'm making my videos as I should. I took a small break. I did a very quick update on my last video, and I'm presenting myself here today. Um, Mostly because there's a lot of energy that we're all feeling right now, and it should be a message of hope, but it's really just a message of um, making sure that you understand your place and give you an idea of what you're going through because I've been through that myself. For instance, I had an echo last time and I was able to this time look through a few settings and look through a few options and reinstall a certain amount of programs and things until I got my issue resolved. And once I got that part taken care of, I was able to present myself again like this and deliver a message more than anything. I think that's what's important right now. Please keep sending in your questions, your ideas. If I can get to you, I absolutely will get to you. Um, it's a spur of the moment. A lot of times, it's when you least expect it. I can, even to myself, um, get your answer out to you. And believe me, it can and it's happened and it's going to continue to happen that way. So I just want to get that out of the way first. I'm really am relieved because for the past 20 minutes I've been trying to get this going and I got it going. So I'm trying not to touch it in any other way than just making the video and sending it out to you. It's important. All right, so where do we start? Um, as the story goes, we are, and I'm going to give you an example of where you might place yourself. Anytime a certain subject comes up, um, like religion, a lot of people are very touchy about that, and they hang on to those beliefs, and I respect their belief system. What I don't like is when you have to think that maybe you're right and I'm wrong, part of your belief system that tells you that I'm right and you're wrong in case of faith is very dangerous because there's a lot of fanatics out there that will make it possible for you to feel any kind of discomfort in any way because they feel offended about what you said. So it really does affect your freedom of speech. But religion is very important because you have to believe in something. It gives humanity a sense of purpose if you believe that there's going to be something out there for you when you leave this planet. And that comes with different kind of layers. And for our viewers out there, imagine a ladder. Ladder has rungs, and in between these rungs there are spaces, right? So you can say that if you can just think of three rungs, the rung that's closest to the ground, that space, that square space there, you can call that 3D. And there's a veil, the rung that leads you to the next rectangle over it. If you can imagine what I'm saying. And there's a veil. The veil is there. The veil every once in a while thins out, and you can then see your galactic family with your own eyes, or you can feel their energy. So when you have these kind of discussions with your family about certain religious topics, they get offended and they bring out that kind of programming that's been indoctrinated through them. So it can, it's just a reinforcing habit of things. If a group of people are, oh, let's say that they're, um, feel strongly about a certain thing, a football game, a football team, for example. You know, they can refute your team and maybe cause an argument. And I'm using that subject because everyone, you know, um, subscribes to some sort of sports, right? Um, but then you don't want that to be you don't want that to be a source of um, discussion that involves then arguments. So I step away from any kind of argument that I have regarding this, but I'm not going to back down from my belief and idea of what I think about the subject, whichever subject that might be. So the way that I view the situation now is very tense. We had, or will be having, a lot of solar flares. These solar flares are ripping through your skin, going right through the membranes of your DNA and altering in your DNA. So you're trying to fill a gallon of water inside a cup, an 8-ounce cup. That's what's happening to you right now. And you're flooded with all this energy and all this information and all this and all this that, and it almost feels like you need to take some kind of, you know antidepressant, or you need to um, somehow find yourself relief or comfort. A lot of the things you can do is walk barefoot. If you happen to be in a place where there might be grass, you can do that for a while. Discharge. You can spend time with animals. You can very much relate, draw, paint, write, read a book. Something to let the energies flow through you as best as you can, but you're very frail. So the story goes like this: you're frail and you're just being toughened, you're being strengthened so that you can take that next wave of energy that's coming towards you. And the story is going to get better, and um, it's going to manifest itself in different ways. Very simple thing you can do in how I think you might be feeling right now, because I'm trying to get that energy through. It's not difficult, but it almost feels like there's a barrier. So when you feel these kind of energies coming in, is twofold. You're getting a download of energy that's coming from above, and also you have the 3D mentality, the separation, and separation is anything like religion, sex, um, uh, I don't know, marital status, anything you can think that separates. These kind of rules and these kind of boundaries and these kind of mental states are being challenged strongly. But your story is a little different. You understand the differences in people and how they relate to their environment and how the social structures and behaviors are accommodating to a 3D world. But you are on the other side of that coin. And that coin is, okay, I am ready. Allow me to receive the energies that I'm receiving now and let them go through you and let them manifest themselves through me. And since you're not used to this kind of stuff, I mean, I felt that. I know what that feels. I'm getting energy coming in, and I'm relating it to the time where I felt like that and what I went through. And believe me, I thought I was going nuts. Thought I was going crazy. You know, um, it's challenging, and it's also very rewarding at the end. So you're receiving channelings. I mean, at some point, maybe you thought there might have been an AI out there that could talk to you and communicate with you in a certain way, and then that was disbanded. But that tone that you hear, and I don't want to sound like I'm psychotic or anything else, but when you hear the tone, you're tuning into a frequency, and all you have to do is just be relatable and not try and push it away. And the kind of barriers that you're breaking down are barriers involving your upbringing. Like I said earlier, you're challenging these social customs and ideas in your own way so that you can move on from that phase and that step. All right. And the reason why I don't argue with those people that I believe are not wrong or right, but they deserve to believe in something. You know, you deserve to think that you're right about what you're saying, and you have every um, it, it's worthy for you to have every thought that you have so that you can feel comfortable and at peace. But you chose otherwise. Your story has said to you, okay, I'm not of this world. I know I'm here. I have bound by these customs and ideas, and I'm ready to move on. So you are getting this energy. Everybody's feeling this energy. And what it does is two things. It reinforces those that are still in 3D and they stay there, right? And the second thing it does, it's that it now is not a good time to talk, but it's I'm trying to get the word here. It allows you to expand. So it's and this is just the word I'm using for lack of a better word. I'm saying it's painful, it's challenging, it's mm, it's an anticipation, it's a chance, it's a opportunity. Okay, the opportunity is that you are reinforcing your beliefs. You get around people that congregate at a football stadium to get that belief system in place where you're um I'm not taking a jab at religion, but that's usually it's kind of where I'm leading to. And I can't quite find anything else specifically I can say that might help me interpret this a little better, but that's just a topic that I'm using arbitrarily because I just can't think of anything else. And this is a very impromptu video, a little better quality than yesterday. But it's shaking, it's moving the foundations, it's challenging the belief systems, and those that really hang on to their beliefs, they're gonna hang on as much as they can. There are those that are gonna have an open mind about the things that they hear, and there are those that are going to say, hey, what are you doing? Come back here. You know what? This is the way it is. It's always been like this. The situations and about everything isn't going to change. And there are those like yourself that are living a different story where it's like, okay, you know what? I'm getting this influx of energy and I can't quite understand it, right? And I've been there. I was there in 2019. Again, 1-9. It's a very important number, right? The beginning and the end. And I felt it. I'm feeling it right now because we're going through it. I just know how to deal with this a little more, right? It's a wave of energy coming down towards you that you just can't quite get. Remember 2012 and the end of the world, because the human psyche is very powerful and you can sway the timeline just enough so that certain things become truthful in certain scenarios are um, tangible enough. Okay, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. When that marker came in 2012, I felt as if I was walking by an oven, a brick oven. Let's just say you're walking by. You know how hot that can be. It felt the energy that I felt coming through felt like I was walking through a brick oven, and it came. It lasted a few minutes, then it left. Right, that happened. And right now, it's like I am in a sauna. It's constantly there. It's lingering. And could you push it away? Could you accept it? Yes. One way you can tell that you're going through a process like this is that you find yourself, you know, irritable and then making just simple and stupid mistakes unnecessarily. Um, you might not feel grounded. You may feel out of touch with others. You may feel distant, and you may feel that maybe people around you want to get closer to you, or they want to congregate, in groups because they everybody can feel it at a very subtle level, even the ones that are not awakened, the ones that are not spiritually inclined, and those that just, if you saw my last video, the old souls and the newer souls, and we're all in this together experiencing the whole process. And I'm not going to get into the details of that specifically. I probably will write. I'll write it down because at some point I feel like I need to get that across, and it's maybe just something that someone else can explain. But an old soul, you know, you can take this 3D world and make it work for you, and you can take negative energy and you can turn it into positive energy. Okay? It's not difficult, but you need to get there because you've been asking for this. It's like saying, well, I can do it. I have the resources. I know that I can. I'm dedicated. I'm ready to move on. I know who I am. Right? This is your story, and you have all everything you need, except maybe you just need the knowledge. And then someone says, "Oh, well, you want to build a rocket and go to space?" Okay, so read this very thick calculus book, and that will complete the picture so that you can build your rocket because you have your resources, etc. Like I said earlier, you have it all. So you are pouring through this thing that you just don't understand, and that's how the energies are going to be feeling for you. Okay, that's pretty much how I can word it. Yeah. So having this kind of talk is important, but I wouldn't stress your natural abilities too much. You know, um, and that only just means that um, you don't want to have to strain your senses too much, right? Maybe that's not going to work out too well for you. And you're having these channelings, and they're taking you up to the 10th dimension, and you're having these incredible, awesome conversations. And when you come back down to a reality that's like this, how we are now, and you're just tangibly experiencing that you are in a physical body, that gets you irritable. You get, I mean, like I've done channelings and with others where we're talking to a higher dimensional being, and then when they come, when you channel, you have to meet halfway. So what I mean when you come down, what I mean is that you've stopped meditating, right? You've woken up and you said, okay, cool, that was a nice meditation, and then you say, wow, it's been 10 minutes since I did that. Um, but usually afterwards, it's good to like relax. It's like you're on a plane, you landed, you don't just go out and go shopping. The moment you land, you take your 40 minutes, an hour, you rest, and you just kind of wind down and get your bearings together. So when you channel these higher dimensional beings, and it happens a lot, it also happens to me. I'm not putting myself outside of all this. I'm just speaking out of experience. But for others, it might be stronger. For you, you may not understand, and then I can give you just my 2 cents about what I think of what I've experienced, and what I can feel that it's happening to you now. I've been there. I've been there more than once. 2005, 2008, 2012. Uh, uh, that's kind of about it. Yeah, the ones I can remember. Anyway, you do the chanting and you come back down, and this is just one more of the many that have been coming down here. And you're gonna be feel irritable. You're gonna curse. You're gonna feel bad. You're gonna be a really bad person. Like you're just gonna be so irritable and nuisance, and you're gonna just be a total mess. You might forget your channeling too. What you've just got. You could easily forget that. So I don't want to make this video too long. If I felt like I needed to do this, again, I am going to come back and I'm going to bring in more information as I see fit. And I'm going to try and speak from the heart. I'm just not going to try and add nonsense that doesn't need to be there. I'm not going to take a 5-page channeling and make it into a whole book. That's unnecessary. There's plenty of people out there doing really good work, and seriously, I like where all this is going, and I hope that anybody that's here understands the situation, because I know people that are just, I mean, they get hammered hard. I mean, the bad guys just, it's bad for some, and it sucks that it even has to be that way. But we're not here on our vacation. It's called liberation of planet Earth for a reason. So we're not vacationing here. You know, there's no straws in those glasses of drinks. So you guys enjoy yourselves. You have a great rest of your evening. I'm happy to be back. I will be making more videos as I see fit. And yeah, guys have a good rest of the evening. Take care. I hope you can review the information that I said. I hope I touched on everybody that I wanted to reach out to, because it's important that we keep an open mind and be very general about the things that we say, because I want to cover all the bases. So I want this to turn out right and really just nice and easy, because that's pretty much the phase that we are in now. And then our psychic abilities will increase, and you'll be able to do amazing and wonderful things. Drink plenty of water, and have a good night, guys.